Hi, I'm Dr. Shimi Kang, a psychiatrist, mental health expert, and a professor at the University of British Columbia. I'm the author of the #1 bestseller, The Dolphin Way. And today we're going to talk about motivation for your staff and colleagues. And we're going to use the metaphor of the dolphin for this. So when we look at interpersonal styles, there's 3 different classic types. On one end of the spectrum is what I call the tiger boss or manager. And that individual, although means well, ends up being pushing, hovering, micromanaging, or overly demanding. And what can happen in those relationships is they tend to take over the motivation of their staff, stifle independent problem solving, and critical and creative thinking. On the other end of the spectrum is the jellyfish boss or manager. And that individual may be worried about pushing too hard and ends up with little rules and expectations. And what happens in those organizations is they lack focus, inability to meet deadlines, and all kinds of problems. So the balance between these 2 extreme styles, interpersonal styles, is the dolphin way. And these individuals, these bosses and managers tend to embody the idea of the dolphin, which is firm yet flexible. So they're firm in what they expect, they have a focus and a direction, yet they're flexible in how their employees and staff come about to create that deadline. And they encourage creativity and independent thinking. They're very collaborative. They stand shoulder to shoulder with their staff, and they use a pod or community and create an environment of teamwork. I ask managers and bosses to remember 3 simple things, and you can remember them in the acronym POD. So it's POD, and the P stands for play. When we play, we stimulate that front part of our brain, the frontal cortex, and that's the area responsible for creativity, innovation, thinking outside the box. And so if we encourage our staff to play, now you're going to get some real brain-boosting ideas. Companies like Facebook and Google have playrooms in their corporate offices. The O stands for others. Encourage your staff to connect with each other and to get to know each other, because now you're going to foster an exchange of ideas, a community of support, and also establish a purpose for the work that they're doing. When we're accountable to something greater than ourselves, then we are more likely to be motivated. And the D stands for downtime. Our brains work best when they're in a state of balance. Too little stimulation, they're bored. Too much stimulation, we're stressed. To get optimal brain performance, it really is that balanced place. So encourage breaks, encourage your staff to adopt a healthy lifestyle of exercise and regular sleep. So I'm hoping that this metaphor of the dolphin, remembering to be firm yet flexible, and also having a balanced lifestyle, a balanced environment of POD, P-O-D, will really help move yourself, your staff, your company towards motivation and all of the great things that you're working on.